Who is he? Who is he with his marry me? With his ring and his marry me? The nerve, the gall. This is not what was meant to be. How could he ruin it all with those 2 words? I thought I knew him, thought that he knew me. When did it change? What did I miss? A kiss when I thought all along that we were meant to fight frontiers. How could I be so wrong? How I need my sisters here. If I can't share my dreams, what were they for? I thought our promise that we would never change and never part. I thought together we'd amaze the world. How can I live my dreams or even start when everything has come apart? I thought home was all I'd ever want, my attic all I'd ever need. Now nothing feels the way it was before, and I don't know how to proceed. I only know I'm meant for something more. I've got to know if I can be astonishing. There's a life that I am meant to lead, a life like nothing I have known. I can feel it, and it's far from here. I've got to find it on my own. Upon my skin, a life of passion that pulls me from within, a life that I am making to begin. There must be somewhere I can be astonishing.
I could have sworn it was right after we closed on the road in that flop revival of The Prince of Potsdam. Yes, I was understudying the lead.
No, dear, we were both in the chorus. Oh, there was a waltz in it, remember? Something about a bar.
Yeah, madame, you are ravishing tonight. You have made me the happiest of men.
Oh, your highness!
Wonderbar! Wonderbar! Wonderbar!
There's our favorite star above.
What a bright, shining star! Like
Our love, it's wunderbar.
Gazing down on the Jungfrau,
From our secret chalet for two,
let us drink Liebchen mine
in the moonlight midnight,
to the joy of a dream come true. Wunderbar, wunderbar, what a perfect night for love.
here am I, here you are.
Why, it's truly wunderbar. Wunderbar, wunderbar, we're alone and hand in glove.
Not a cloud and near or far.
Why, it's more than wunderbar.
Say you care, dear.
For you madly,
Say you long, dear.
for your kiss,
Do you swear, dear?
darling, gladly.
Life's divine, dear.
And you're mine, dear. Wunderbar, wunderbar, there's a favorite star above.
What a bright, shining star.
Like our love, it's wunderbar. And you're mine, dear. Wunderbar, wunderbar, there's a favorite star above. What a bright, shining star, like our love.
It's wunderbar.
Good evening, everyone. I am so glad you all could make it here to Variety Night. I am your host, Cassandra Georgie. Variety Night was made possible by the collaboration of the Stallion Theater Company and our Thespian troupe 7303. Amidst the pandemic, our actors and technicians have been suffering a great deal with not being able to create art nor be in our beloved theater building. For that reason, tonight we have compiled a few songs and monologues for your entertainment. Working on this show has been a creative outlet for us all, and we are more than happy to share the art of theater to our fellow actors, technicians, friends, and families behind the screen. With that being said, I welcome you all to Variety Night. First up, we have Presley Nicholson, who is currently a senior. Here is The Music That Makes Me Dance from Funny Girl.
I know when he's near, by the thunder I hear in advance his words, and his words alone are the words that can't stop my heart singing. And his is the only music that makes me dance. He'll sleep and he'll rise in the light of two eyes that adore him. Bore him night, but he won't leave my sight for a glance. In every way, every day, I need less of myself and need more him. Cause this is the only music that makes me dance. Cause this is the only music that makes me
Beautifully sung, Presley. Next up, we have Taylor Zelenbeck, who is currently a sophomore. Here is Someone Else's Story from Chess.
Yesterday, the girl that I was fond of finally could see the writing on the wall. Sadly, she realized she'd left him behind. And sadder than that, she knew he wouldn't even mind. And though there's nothing left to say, would he listen if I stay? It's all very well to say, you fool, it's now or never. I could be choosing no choices whatsoever. I could be in someone else's story, in someone else's life, and he could be in mine. I don't see a reason to be lonely. I should take my chances further down the line. And if that girl I knew should ask my advice, oh, I wouldn't hesitate. She needn't ask me twice. Go now, I tell her that for free. Trouble is the girl is me. The story is the girl is me.
Delightfully sung, Taylor. Next up, we have Bailey Morrison, who is currently a junior. Here is Staggering Heartbreak of Jasmine Merriweather by Don Zolidis.
Not exactly the response I was looking for, but I'll take it. I you too. No, I'm rushing things. I shouldn't have said that so soon. And obviously, you aren't ready to say it to me yet, even though you seem like a person who's really in touch with your emotions because you like recycling and hybrid cars or whatever. But those things are not the same as love, and I probably shouldn't have equated them like that in my mind. And you know what I was thinking? There was a lot of formaldehyde in that fetal pig, so I probably only had like a tube of it in bio. So that's why I said what I said just then. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh no, she's freaking out. But I'm not freaking out. I'm freaking out a little bit, but I am not majorly freaking out because you need time. You're like a sloth. You're slowly climbing up the tree and you're on your own timetable, and I'm like a squirrel and I have raced to the top of the tree and I'm jumping up and down and saying, get up the tree, get up the tree, get up the tree! But you can't race up the tree because you're a sloth. You're not a squirrel, and sloths can't run. And because you're a sloth, it's not like I could race down the tree and pick you up and carry you to the top of the tree with me. You'd crush me. I'd be dead. I'd be a dead squirrel, and you wouldn't even notice because you've got your sloth hair in your eyes. And I should shut up now.
Marvelous acting, Bailey. Next up, we have Austin Zelenbeck, who is currently a senior. Here is No One Else from Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812.
We've done this all before. We were angels once. Don't you remember? Joy and life inside our souls. Nobody knows, just you and me. It's our secret. This winter sky. How can anyone sleep? There was never such a night before. I feel like putting my arms around my knees, squeezing tight as possible, and flying away like this. And your childlike eyes and your distant smile. I'll never be this happy again. You and I. You and I. You and I. And no one else.
Delightfully sung, Austin. Next up, we have Grant Halliburton, who is currently a senior. Here is Say It To Me Now from Once.
Hey everyone. All right. scratching at the surface now. I'm trying hard to work it out. And so much has gone misunderstood. This mystery only leads to doubt. 'Cause I didn't understand. He reached down to take my hand. And if you have something to say, you better say it now. 'Cause this is what you're waiting for. A chance to even up the score. And as these shadows fall on me now, I will somehow, yeah. I'm picking up the message, Lord. And I'm closer than I've ever been before. So if you have something to say, just say it to me now, now, now. Just say it to me now. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you.
Amazingly sung, Grant. Next up, we have Leilani Albana, who is currently a sophomore. Here is Dogface by Kelly Powell.
1 minute, you're just another awkward second grader, and then your mom takes you and your brother to her friend's house out in the country. And when you get out of the car, there's this big friendly dog wagging his tail at you. And your mom and your brother go to ring the doorbell, so you get down on your knees in front of this friendly dog, and you're petting him. Suddenly, the dog snaps his jaws, and your life, as you know, it ends. It happens so fast, you're not even sure what happened. It feels like a very sharp pinch, and then it's spreading fast through your whole face. And there's blood. There's a lot of blood, but the dog never barked, never growled. He followed after me, still friendly and playful, blood pouring from the holes in my face. And he's looking at me, just wagging his tail. I was so panicked, I felt like I was choking. At the hospital, nurses were coming in, mopping up blood, asking questions, trying to establish how much of my face was still there. The nurses were friendly, and they wanted me to believe them. And I did. I believed them when they said that the doctors would be able to fix me. And then I was lying on a table, squinting into the bright light above me. They keep talking to me. Half the time, I don't know what they're saying. The other half the time, they're telling me how brave I am. That's only because they don't know how afraid I feel. You're not allowed to cry, or they might mess up your stitches. You can't move at all. They keep saying it'll all be over soon. But they lied. I was conscious the entire time. I was awake while they sewed my face back together. When they finally let me see myself, I had prepared myself for some sort of Halloween mask, for a nightmare, for a horror movie, but all the blood had been cleaned away. I was actually so relieved, but when I went back to school, the real trauma began.
Magnificent acting, Leilani. Next up, we have Peyton Kirkpatrick, who is currently a sophomore. Here is The Life I Never Led from Sister Act.
I've never talked back. I've never slept late. I've never sat down when told to stand straight. I've never let go and gone with the flow. and don't even know really why. I've never asked questions or taken a dare. I've never worn clothes that might make people stare. I've never rebelled or stood up and yelled or even just held my head high. And all of the feelings unspoken, all of the truths unsaid, they're all I have left of the life I never led. And now that you've given me one little taste of it, and now that I know what I know, well, how can I go on ignoring the waste of it? After all of the years that I've clung to my fears, won't you help me let go? Help me let go. I want to be brave. I want to be strong. I want to believe I'm where I belong. To stand up and say, I'm seizing the day. To not just obey, but to choose. And I may not surf, I may not see France, but I've got to know I still have the chance. And maybe I'll make one painful mistake. It's mine though to take or refuse. And all of the doors yet to open, all of the rooms ahead, they're beckoning bright, scary and new, but I'm standing tall and I'm walking through. What's gone may be gone, but I won't go on playing dead. It's time to start living the life I never led.
Fabulously sung, Peyton. Next up, we have Elena Arbizo, who is currently a junior. Here is Love Will Come and Find Me Again from Bandstand.
Once I thought forever was real. I thought my life was ideal. I thought that nothing could steal it, you see. Once I learned how wrong I had been, that sometimes dreams can cave in. But then, once I learned the hard way, faith in ever after was dead, and I gave up ever wondering when love will come and find me again. And it's almost like a lifetime and I don't try to although I know how much I've lost. Is the more you deny, the more you don't even try, the more the world passes by. Soon you'll find you don't even know how many years you let go. The chance of wasting is so many ways. Letting go, what might have been, and letting something else in. No, yeah. Love will come and find me
Incredibly sung, Elena. Next up, we have Emma Gottlieb, who is currently a sophomore. Here is Irritated Tooth Fairy by Jada Zelenbeck.
Hi, I'm Pixie. You might know me as the tooth fairy that collects your nasty teeth from your nasty pillows. What most humans don't know is how difficult this job is. And newsflash, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm paying you for your rotten teeth. What kind of a deal is that? And keep in mind that I'm the same size as your teeth and the money that I give you. So, yeah, the process takes about 1 hour per kid. But here's my dilemma. I have run out of money to give you spoiled kids. I'm broke. No mouse wants to buy your teeth from me. And I'm getting too old and too tired for this. But what most humans think is that I use your teeth to build my house. And no, that ain't true. That's disgusting. That's my fat fairy sister Tonkerbell. Oh, hey, Tonkerbell, what are you doing here? Oh, you heard everything I said? Oh, well. Hey, what's falling out of your dress? How dare you? That's where my money went. Well, humans, you're gonna have to deal with your rotten teeth for a year. I'm going on vacation.
Lovely acting, Emma. Next up, we have Alexa Romer, who is currently a sophomore. Here is On My Way from Violet.
Before another sunrise wakes me, before another night is gone, I'll find out where this highway takes me. You know I gotta travel on. Left my troubles all behind me, back through that cloud on board. Jordan River's where you'll find me. It's 5 and not 2 but 2 4. And as I'm going along, I carry with me promises that can't go wrong as I travel on, as I travel on my way. Left my troubles all behind me, back there when I climbed on board. Jordan River's where you'll find me. It's 5 and not 2 but 2 4. And as I'm going along, I carry with me promises that can't go wrong as I travel on, as I travel on my way.
Fantastically sung, Alexa. Next up, we have Sophia White, who is currently a sophomore. Here is There Are Worse Things I Could Do from Greece.
There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good, I suppose it could be true. But there are worse things I could do. I could flirt with all the guys, smile at them and bat my eyes, press against them when we dance, make them think we stand a chance, and refuse to see it through. That's a thing I never do. I could stay home every night, wait around for Mr. Right. Take cold showers every day and throw my life away on a dream that won't come true. I could hurt someone like me out of spite or jealousy. I don't steal and I don't lie, but I can feel and I can cry. A fact I'll bet you never knew. But to cry in front of you, that's the worst thing I could do.
Delightfully sung, Sophia. Next up, we have Maya Berkumpis, who is currently a senior. Here is Molly's monologue by Itamar Moses.
Hello. What do you want me to say, Elliot? What? I haven't heard from you in weeks, and that came only after I reached out to you a couple of times, so I caught the message and I backed off a little bit myself. But this is still probably not a very good time for me to, for either of us really, for something like this, for just, you know what? This is just a terrible time in all our lives, and a terrible generation to be a part of, to know just enough to know that this stuff never works out, but not enough to know what the heck we're supposed to do about it. I will never be a clean slate. I will never be a clean slate again, so I just have to go. I just really just have to pee. I mean, what if I said yes? What if I said, yeah, sure, pack your things, come with me, let's just see where this goes? What then? Thank you.
Exquisite acting, Maya. Next up, we have Sydney Wright, who is currently a sophomore. Here is Everything Else from Next to Normal.
Mozart was crazy. Flat freaking crazy. That shit I hear. His music's so crazy. It's balanced, it's nimble, it's crystalline clear. There's harmony, logic, you listen to these. You don't hear his doubts or his debts or disease. You scan through the score and put fingers on keys and you play. And everything else goes away. Everything else goes away. And you play till it's perfect. You play till you ache. You play till the strings or your fingernails break. So you'll rock that recital and get into Yale. And you won't feel so sick. And you won't look so pale. Because you've got your full ride and you're early at it. And you're done with this school and with all of this shit. And you graduate early, you're gone as of May, and there's nothing your paranoid parents can say. You know that it's just a sonata away, and you play. And you play. And everything else goes away. Everything everything else goes away. Everything else goes away. Thank you.
Elegantly sung, Sydney. Next up, we have Andrea Nalbandian, who is currently a junior. Here is All Falls Down from Chaplin.
Hey there, Mr. Chaplin. Oh, your act deserves applause. You wave the flag and the country is impressed. But I'm the voice among the crowd. Question your cause. And now I'll spread my doubts among the rest. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? And where you gonna go from there? What you gonna do when the money's gone? And who you gonna buy to care? What you gonna do when the country says, now get yourself back here? What you gonna paint when you cannot paint the town? I'm gonna wipe the smile from that famous little clown. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? And all the king's horses and all the king's men will never put Johnny together again. Then what you gonna do when it all falls down?
Stunningly sung, Andrea. Next up, we have Liv Hottinger, who is currently a sophomore. Here is Cassie's Fight by Nicholas Dante and James Kirkwood.
But I did it. I did what she wanted. I pulled in, I cooled it. I danced like everybody else. That's your problem, isn't it? Why? Because you took me out of the course in the first place. Does that make you feel like some kind of failure? Why did I leave you? You'd already left me weeks before. And you thought we were living together, but we weren't. Sharing the same apartment maybe, but in the real sense of the word, left. You left. And you were madly in love again, directing your first play, and you were in love with it. And often the only world that means anything to you. And you were never going to be stuck. You were going to make sure you did it all. Direct, choreograph, musicals, plays, movies. I know you loved work, but you really get off on it, don't you? Zach, I didn't mind being a part of your work. I loved you. I could have handled that. It's not being a part of your life that got to me. And not being able to keep up with you. Because that's what you expected. I know you did. I was a good dancer, but you wanted me to be a star.
Glamorous acting, Liv. Last up, we have Lisa Knielinski, who is currently a freshman. Here is In My Dreams from Anastasia.
I dream of a city beyond all compare. Is it Paris? Paris. A beautiful river, a bridge by a square, and I hear a voice whisper, I'll meet you right there in Paris. You don't know what it's like not to know who you are, to have lived in the shadows and traveled this far.
fire, heard the echoes of screams. I still have this faith in the truth of my dreams. In my dreams, it's all real. And my heart has so much to reveal. Then my dreams seem to say, don't be afraid to go on. Don't give up hope, come what may. I know it all will come back one day.
Terrifically sung, Lisa. That concludes our variety night. I hope you all enjoyed the performances by our very talented actors. I would quickly like to thank Austin Zelenbeck and Olivia Roselli for collaborating and making this all happen, as well as a big thank you to our stage managers, Anya Graham and Bella Gordon. Finally, I would like to thank Mrs. Graff for allowing this whole thing to happen. Thank you to everyone who joined us tonight, and may you all have a wonderful rest of your evening.